Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, I am so excited you're here today because we are diving headfirst into an absolutely wild papercraft animated race against time. I mean, just imagine the entire world as one giant obstacle course. You've got to cross oceans, survive thick jungles, outsmart sneaky detectives, all while a massive clock is just relentlessly ticking down. Buckle up, you guys, because this is going to be one epic ride. So let me ask you a massive question before we really get going. If you had, say, unlimited money, could you travel across the entire world, hitting every single continent, and make it back home in a very specific set number of days? Think about it for a second. No airplanes, no high-speed internet, just old-school trains, ships, and, well, whatever random animals you can find. Do you think you have what it takes to beat the ultimate countdown? Yep, 80 days. That's it. Now, back when this story actually takes place, the idea of circling the globe in exactly 80 days, people thought it was pure madness. I mean, think about the bad weather, massive storms, shipwrecks, train accidents. Literally anything could happen at any second and completely derail the trip. It sounded totally impossible. But, as we're about to see, one guy completely disagreed. Enter our main character, Mr. Phileas Fogg. So he's at his club in England, right? And while his friends are getting all heated and arguing, he's just sitting there, perfectly calm. One guy, John Sullivan, says a newspaper calculated the trip could be done in 80 days. But another guy, Joseph Kane, is like, no way that's impossible. So what does Fogg do? He casually bets them an absolutely gigantic amount of money, 20,000 pounds. He literally tells them, I'll see you right here exactly 80 days from now, having traveled the whole world. And just like that, the bet is officially on. But you know, every great adventure needs a huge roadblock, right? Well, right after Fogg makes this bet, his face gets splashed across all the newspapers. And by some crazy coincidence, a major bank robbery just happened, and the robber looks exactly like Phileas Fogg. Enter Detective Fix from Scotland Yard. He looks at a photo of the robber, looks at Fogg, and is absolutely convinced Fogg is using this whole world tour thing as a fake excuse to run away with the stolen cash. So Fix gets orders to secretly tail him and arrest him the second he gets hard evidence. All right, so the clock is ticking, and the epic journey begins. Fogg grabs his super trusty personal assistant, a guy named Jean Passepartout, and they just sprint out of London. Let's map this out real quick. Their first major stop is Suez, where they jump on a massive steamer ship called the Magnolia, heading straight for Bombay, India. But guess who's sneaking around on that exact same ship? Yep, Detective Fix. He's trying his best to act casual, but Fogg and Passepartout definitely notice him. Either way, the race is in full swing, and they are making incredible time. So they make it to Bombay, they board a train heading for Calcutta, everything is going amazingly well until, bam! The train just completely stops. It turns out the tracks end right in the middle of a dense Indian forest. The railway wasn't even finished. This is exactly the kind of wild, unpredictable delay Fogg's friends warned him about. I mean, it looks like he's definitely going to lose the bet right here. But remember, Fogg is the ultimate problem solver. If a train can't go any further, what's the next best thing you can find in a jungle? A giant, awesome elephant. Seriously, Fogg literally just buys an elephant on the spot. Imagine Fogg, Passepartout, and their guide riding way up high above the trees, just stomping right through the thick forest. It is such a wild, brilliant solution to keep that clock ticking. Okay, but as they're riding through the jungle, things get super intense really fast. They stumble upon a terrifying scene. A group of tribals are trying to sacrifice a young woman. And without hesitating for even a single second, Fogg is like, I'm going to rescue her. He rushes right into the danger, grabs the young woman's hand, and just pulls her away. Then they scramble back up onto the elephant and totally zoom out of there, with the angry crowd chasing right behind them. We find out the woman they rescued is named Aura, and she's actually a princess. After that insanely daring escape, the whole globe-trotting mission kicks into maximum overdrive. They make it to Calcutta, and Fogg promises to take Aura to her relatives in Hong Kong. But when they get there, her relatives have actually moved away. So Aura just joins them for the rest of the crazy trip. From there, it's a total whirlwind. They sail to Shanghai, then Yokohama, Japan, then all the way across the Pacific Ocean to San Francisco. Then they take a train to New York and finally hop on a ship back toward Liverpool, England. And all the while, Detective Fix is lurking right over their shoulders. Fogg even calls him out on it, but Fix just stammers and claims it's all just a big coincidence. Yeah, sure it is, Fix. Okay, so the journey from New York actually goes perfectly. They finally step foot on English territory in Liverpool. The finish line is literally right in front of them. But then, snap. Detective Fix slaps handcuffs on Phileas Fogg and officially arrests him for robbing the Bank of England. Fogg's entire journey is stopped dead in its tracks just hours before the bet ends. But you guys, here is the absolute craziest part of the whole story. Fix soon realizes that the real bank robber had actually been caught 3 whole days ago. Fogg was completely innocent this entire time. So obviously, they free Fogg. He, Oda, and Passepartout hire a super-fast express train to race down to London. But it's just no use. Fogg sits alone in his room, totally crushed. He tells Oda, "I have lost the wager, only by a day." They got to the London station just a few minutes too late. Oda sweetly tells him that he's still an extraordinary man, but Fogg's massive fortune is just gone. All that running, all those incredible escapes, just to miss it by a few minutes.
But wait, hold on. We need to put our science hats on for a second because we really need to talk about geography. The whole trick to this story comes down to this one concept right here, the international date line. It's basically this imaginary line that runs straight down the Earth from the North Pole to the South Pole. Because the Earth is constantly spinning, when you travel all the way around the world heading east, like moving towards the sunrise, you're actually going against the sun. So you effectively gain a full 24 hours by the time you cross this line. It's basically a real-life time machine.
And that, my friends, leads to the most mind-bending twist ever. Fogg fully believed they arrived back in London on Sunday, making him exactly 1 day late. But suddenly, Passepartout figures out the amazing truth. Because they traveled east around the globe, crossing that international date line meant they gained a whole extra day. It wasn't Sunday at all, it was actually Saturday, literally the exact day Fogg needed to return to win the bet. Passepartout runs back, tells him the crazy news, and Fogg just sprints as fast as humanly possible to his club. His friends are literally just about to divide up his prize money when Fogg bursts through the doors like, "So, dear friends, here I am. I think you owe me £20,000. He actually did it. He won the huge bet with just minutes to spare. But honestly, winning that mountain of money wasn't even the best part. His journey leaves us with this totally amazing lesson. The value lies in trusting your abilities, persevering despite doubt, and believing that the world is as big as your ambition. Even when everyone said it was totally impossible, even when the train tracks completely disappeared, even when he was falsely arrested, Fogg trusted his abilities. He just refused to give up. And that brings us to the end of this incredible high-speed explainer. Phileas Fogg really proved that with a little bit of super clever thinking, maybe a trusty elephant, and a whole lot of self-belief, absolutely nothing is impossible. So I'll leave you with one final thought to ponder today. The world is massive, and it is packed full of incredible mysteries and challenges just waiting to be explored. So where will your ambition take you? Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll catch you on the next adventure.